the paper today. Oh, they're trying to fool the policemen and the sheriffs think they're getting away, 'cause they made the rules. You're not gonna pull over my eyes. You're not gonna pull over my eyes. Lifting the veil.
And just to encourage anybody else that's a like-minded thinker to do the same thing. Don't be scared, don't be shy, just get your message out, start spreading the truth. Let's nail this. Once this lie is exposed, the rest will come crumbling down and we'll be able to take power into our own hands again.
An overwhelming feeling that it couldn't possibly be true. Such a huge mass deception, you know, of all humankind. And it was a really, really big feeling of disbelief, you know, not being able to comprehend how big this lie actually was, how far it went. It was kind of scary at first, but then once you realise the true nature of how things really are, you know, you understand that it isn't that scary, and it's simple, natural reality and how it is. So for me, the fear sort of side of things subsided pretty quick. I was able to let go of all my existing beliefs quite easily. So it did, I mean, when I first found out, I wanted to go to the papers. I wanted to tell the world. I wanted to expose this, you know, but when you realise that people just weren't quite ready for that, it made it quite difficult.
Yeah, and it's again, it's a good question. It's not something you really think about until you actually, you know, look at critically at how is it that you come by knowledge and how is it that you come by your beliefs. So I don't think my thoughts were my own beforehand. You know, I think they were pre-programmed. I hope they are now, and you know, because I've tried to strip it away to nakedness. I think I already said, you know, the reason I called myself Vortex Puppy is, you know, I felt I had to relearn everything like a puppy, yeah, to start again. So I would hope now that, you know, I'm a lot more, you know, how should I say, the thoughts are my own. And yes, I still obviously allow them to be influenced, but I hope now that it's only by, you know, peers who also have the same critical thoughts as myself, so that I can, you know, so that we can reason and discuss, you know, properly, and not just have these preconceived ideas. So I was before, and I definitely wasn't before, but I hope they are now, and I think they are.
That's up to people to make their own minds up. The most pertinent question to myself is, am I doing it for my ego? That's something that I think about, you know, my motivation for doing things. Am I doing this to, what? I don't know. I would probably be making a fan of myself, you know what I mean? By the end of the day. No, I don't suppose people can make their own minds up about it. You know, I'm just basically doing this because I just want to say how motivated I am, how much respect I am for the people that are out there questioning this. It actually takes a bit of courage to go and approach people and say things like that. It takes a bit of stuff in there to go out and do it. And say to folk, look, I'm not afraid of that anymore. It doesn't hold any fear for me personally. I've been doing this for years with subjects from pharmaceutical to banking and all the rest of it. So I've kind of been the crazy guy for quite some time. But whether it's ego-based or not, it's up to anybody else to make their own mind up. There's far better things to be using your time thinking about than whether my ego's been serviced or not.
People's thoughts are being manipulated en masse. This is what the media is about. The majority of the media is based purely on emotional manipulation. Now that's achievable because of the mind state that they have people in at this very time.
Indoctrinated and lied to, basically, and they're getting, they're getting deceived, which is, well, it's unethical, immoral, and it's a fucking crime.
So you want 3 self-evident truths. 1. Water will always find its level. 2. There is 0 curvature anywhere. And 3. The third self-evident truth is everything is a fucking lie. Everything. We've got to let go a little bit of what we've been told and who's telling us it. Just because doctors, lawyers, scientists, all these people we perceive to be intellectual are telling us one thing, we are now coming to the awareness that they have been indoctrinated into that system. So it's time for us to start using our common sense, start being our own scientists, viewing the world from new eyes, new perceptions. It's not going to be easy, but we need to get away from this indoctrination and move forward.
Yeah, there's so many problems with the education system. Where do you start? I mean, it really is how to indoctrinate children. They keep them captive in school. It's really a prison camp for kids. Their creativity stifled, their freedom stifled, their imagination, their personalities. It's all about conforming and being a good citizen, paying your taxes, getting a good job, and you can see it. I mean, if people can't see that, or at least question that, the possibility that that's really what's happening, it's a shame. But some of us can see that, and hoping we can make a difference, change it somehow. Get people to question stuff. And really, that's what school's lacking. It's people being told everything. And if you ask an interesting question, you might get shut down. It doesn't conform. And really, I think we have to rethink the whole education system.
Antarctica's not on the United Nations map that looks like the Flat Earth map. Both these Flat Earth maps, the azimuthal, the United Nations, they don't show Antarctica. So where is it? Why is it not on these maps? Why can the world not agree on anything? But I think it's 43 countries or something have agreed on an Antarctic treaty. I mean, that's just nuts. We don't agree on anything else, but they've all agreed that nobody can travel to Antarctica unguided. If you're a billionaire, you can't get yourself a big fancy ship or a plane and fly to Antarctica. If you do, you'll be shot or put in prison. It's out of bounds to human beings. Why? Maybe it is an ice wall round about us. Maybe it is the edge of the world, but I can't prove that. But I do know that you can't go there, and if you do go there, you're in big trouble. So and it's not on this United Nations map or the Flat Earth maps that we get shown. So what the hell is it? Where the hell is it? We don't know.
The choice is yours, what are you gonna do? You gonna eat the red pill or throw away the blue? You know your life might know it the same. Your friends and family might think you're insane. You're a child of the matrix. You were living your life in a world of make-believe. You were living your life in a world.
Fraud for so long because, as I say, you take one generation, you fill them with the programming, the ideas, the history, the teachings that you want them to have, and from that, after one or two generations, it starts to be passed on. That becomes very effective, especially when people are rewarded for the regurgitation, even if it is nonsense. And coupled with the push of the imagery from space agencies like NASA, it really solidifies it, and they have a visual reference to back up the narrative that they're pushing. So it's a very powerful method of mind control. Another reason why they can perpetuate it is obviously people are just tied up in their lives. They have a holiday coming up, they have kids, they have bills to pay, they have things to look forward to, they have promotion within their work. People just adopt that this is the way of life, and they don't really have a reason to question. Their lives are kept, from one thing to the next, and they're just about surviving and focusing on the next thing that they need to get to. So, a lot of people are not really questioning.
I think everybody deserves to know the truth about where they are and where we live. I don't agree with it living in a lie. You've been taught that all your life, and finding out the truth, it's for my children's sake as well. I just want them to grow up and know the truth about this reality and who they are, and not to be confused.
You just present it. Everyone presents the globe model, and nobody questions. You don't get the choice. That's the thing. You don't get a choice. You just get presented with what is.
Reality is what we can see, what we can touch, what we can feel, and you shouldn't ever doubt it, because it'll always stay fundamentally the same. Your reality is tangible, it's touchable, so why not explore it and go find out for yourself? You discern, you make your own choices about what you choose to believe in or what you choose not to believe in, and I think doing that with the reality that you can see, touch, feel, perceive, I think that's what makes it your reality, is doing all these things, and then all the choices that you make in your life are based on something that's real, and they're yours, and they're your choices to make.
Subconsciously, the underlying things that it throws up in your mind, how could they possibly lie about something so big? How could they possibly get away with something this? Surely so many people must know. It produces fear in people. It produces fear in people that they're not safe, they're not secure. And I think that's what really happens to people. The suggestion that they're being lied to is too much. For me, it wasn't like that. I mean, I realised I was being lied to about just every other aspect of my life. So this was just another smack in the face, basically. I mean, I realised the lies on loads of other levels. Every single aspect of society is a lie. So for me, it wasn't so bad. I say it wasn't so bad. It felt terrible. But I think for the average person in the street, when you confront them with this knowledge, it forces them to question everything.